It's a tourist spot you've got to visit the next time you take the big trip to New York City, or if you even live here. We're talking about the legendary Waldorf Astoria, and we've got an exclusive tour for you. The last time it hosted guests was back in 2017. It's been undergoing a complete restoration since then. So when it reopens this summer, it'll have fewer guest rooms, but the good news is they'll be bigger. And it'll cost anywhere from, and we admit this, it's very pricey, from $1,500 to $50,000 to stay there.
50,000?
50,000.
Wow. What do you get for that?
A ginormous suite and a butler and all the tings. But don't worry, you can walk through it. You can walk through the iconic Park Avenue lobby and Peacock Alley. That's for free. You might want to sit and have a little drinky poo or something. The goal to once again make the Waldorf the epicenter of cuisine and culture, just like it was when it opened more than 100 years ago.
Cool.
In the era of Audrey Hepburn, Marilyn Monroe, Grace Kelly, and Frank Sinatra, as Art Deco buildings filled the city skyline, Waldorf Astoria, New York was the place to be.
I want to bring this Grand Dame back to life and have it take its rightful place back as the most iconic hotel in the world.
To do that, Hilton president and CEO Chris Nassetta made the bold decision to shut down the Waldorf back in 2017 for a total renovation. At the time when it closed in 2017, the word on the street was it'll take 2 years, maybe 3 years tops. It's taken considerably longer than that.
This has taken longer than anybody ever expected. I think
Why?
One, COVID, for several years, it became very difficult to do the things that we needed to do, to have the artisans from around the world that we needed in this hotel. But most importantly, we wanted to get it right.
Last year, we got a front row seat to those artisans hard at work.
Who's
You'll
she?
recognize Spirit of Achievement.
Yes. Where's she going?
She's going back on top of the marquee on Park Avenue.
Yes, I remember her. Amazing what a good bath can do.
Yep.
Yeah. Am I doing it right, Victoria?
I think so. You got it. You got it.
Now, after 8 years of construction, detailed restoration of these 19th century murals, tiling, and this exquisite silver leafing in landmark event spaces,
Desmond and his paintbrush. You're making a difference up there.
this iconic hotel is reopening its doors for guests and hungry visitors. Since it first opened in the 1890s, the Waldorf was known for creating famous dishes like Eggs Benedict and, of course, the Waldorf salad. James Beard Award-winning chef Michael Anthony is overseeing the hotel's new signature restaurant, Lex Yard.
Number one, the first thing I notice, no tablecloths.
Yes.
I'm clutching my pearls.
This is the idea
This
of
is
contemporary dining. It's upscale dining, but in a relaxed environment. White tablecloths seem to take us back in time, and this is a contemporary restaurant. This is the new Waldorf salad. Can I serve you?
Yes, please.
Well, I want to see what you think of this.
You could make a meal just off of this. So we start with a little Waldorf. Now what are you thinking?
Why don't we try a fish dish, because that is always a benchmark of good cooking wherever I go to eat.
Oh, your pasta looks good too.
You know what? I'll keep it close. I'm happy to
yes,
share
please do.
it.
Let's share. You can have some of my fish.
This style of cooking is aimed to be beautiful and elegant in the setting, but at the same time, it should be recognizable. And I hope it is a restaurant that people will want to come back to time and time again, and not simply for special occasions.
You know what I would like to come back to? Another one of your raviolis. I reluctantly am pushing this away to make room for dessert.
Jenny Chu, the executive pastry chef.
So this is a red velvet souffle tart. Inside there is warm ganache, and then on top is a cream cheese ice cream with raspberry jam swirl with fresh berry compote.
It's a spin on the classic red velvet cake made popular right here at the Waldorf in the early 20th century.
Chef, I'm sold. Where's the nap room?
Here's the thing about the Waldorf Astoria back in the day. It was a great place to people watch or to be seen. But what do you think it was like to live here? Guess what? We actually know somebody who can answer that question. Turn around and introduce yourself.
Hello, it's Paris Hilton, and yes, I grew up here at the Waldorf Astoria.
Our apartment, the Waldorf.
My sister and I felt like little Eloises.
Did you?
See Mom there?
Where's me?
My mom was friends with Andy Warhol, and we were up in our suite, and I was on his lap, and we were drawing together.
Did you know it was Andy Warhol? You just knew it was a friend of your mom's?
As a friend of my mom, but then growing up, like
Yeah.
I love him so much. He's so iconic.
Paris Hilton's great-grandfather, that would be Conrad Hilton, who founded the Hilton Hotels, called the Waldorf his crown jewel. It is gorgeous.
It's so gorgeous. And I love that they kept the architecture just how it was. It looks the same, but all new.
I'll bet you never got in trouble, Paris, because you're the boss's granddaughter.
We were well behaved. The only thing
Were you well behaved?
Well, when I was like 16, I figured out a way how to sneak out of here. So I would literally put on like a brown wig, and then I would go to the stairwell and run down like 10 flights of stairs, and then go to like the service elevators, and like I figured out a way where there was no security cameras because they would always tell on me to my parents if I would sneak out at night.
That's a little sneaky, Paris. Where were you going?
Just all the hot spots.
As we reminisced, Hilton, who's come up with some pretty catchy slogans, left us with this final thought. What would be the tagline at Paris Hilton's hotel? Because you can't say it's hot.
They'll usually say Hilton for the stay, Paris for the sleigh.
Paris, that's good. Hilton for the stay, Paris for the sleigh.
Loves it.
She was such a good sport. She came and played with us and walked us around. Thank you very much for that, Paris Hilton. But listen, clearly it's pricey, so if you go bring your wallet. $1,500 is, we know, very expensive for a regular room. But Chris Nassetta says this. He wants you to think of it more than just a luxurious stay. He wants it to be an experience. So for the experience, anybody can go to the lobby, anybody can have a drink, anybody can go to the restaurants. I think that's fun. And when you look at the history of the Waldorf, the first hotel with a private bath in every guest room, the first hotel to introduce 24-hour room service, and this is the thing I like, the first hotel to let women book rooms all by themselves.
Whoa. Just for that alone, it deserves its iconic status.
But you know, I remember going to many events there back in the day. I'm really excited. It's reopening in the summertime, and I can't wait for it to come back because it really is the crown jewel.
It really is, and nothing says New York like the
Mark
Waldorf
Anthony's a
Astoria.
fantastic chef.
Yes.
The food's or Michael Anthony's a fantastic chef. The food's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, Tony, you said, is he still going to be at Gramercy? Yes, he is, but he's very talented, as you know. He's got his hands in a lot of different places.
Very, very cool, Gayle. And it's still hot, Paris. It's still hot. We'll be right back after a check of your local weather, where it's also very hot.
That's hot.